Today I'm going to be teaching you how I learned to jump up this obstacle before I even learned how to jump up a sidewalk. Let's get into it. The first thing I'm going to talk about here is your overcoming of your fears. Now, of course, it's going to be really scary to try to get over an obstacle for the first time because it's your first time doing it and you don't really know how it's going to go. The way that I overcame this is by jumping up sideways on the object that I wanted to jump on. Because if you do that, then you'll ensure yourself that you can get over the obstacle, and then it'll make you a bit more confident in your ability to do it, so you'll actually go for it instead of just rolling up to it and stopping. Another thing that can help with overcoming your fear is just to go a little bit slower than you're already going. You don't really have to go that fast to get over something if you're gonna land on it and keep rolling away on top of it. And normally, me going slower makes my ollies a lot more stabilized and higher. As opposed to if you're going faster, you're really gonna be scared and you're not gonna focus on the mechanics of your ollie. So you're just throwing it out there and it won't look as good, it won't feel as good, and it'll contribute to the fear. Look at how uncomfortable the landing is when I'm going faster versus when I was going at a pretty decent speed. The next tip, I'm gonna be talking about the timing. Timing is actually one of the more crucial points of getting over an obstacle because you really have to focus on this in order to get over it if you don't wanna clip your truck on the obstacle or just miss the obstacle completely and crash into it. I'm gonna show you here how much time I give myself. So normally I start about right here. This is where I push and get my feet set up, and then by the time I make it to this little line here, that's when you want your feet to be set, you wanna lock your eyes on your target, and you wanna be ready for when you get to this point so you can bend your knees, jump, and get over the obstacle instead of just stopping. I recorded this clip here to show you a real-time distance of how far I am and how much time I give myself to set up since I'm just starting to jump over obstacles. You really want to be real lenient on yourself. You don't want to try to jump over things as quickly as possible. You really want to set your feet up way before you get to the obstacle because then it'll give you more time to just look at it and notice how far away you are, give you a better sense of timing, and you'll have more control over your board because you already have your feet set up. All you had to really worry about is getting your time right on jumping. Another thing that really helped me with my timing is to jump over something flat. Now, this little metal strip that I jump over is a really good obstacle because it's flat, but it also will make sounds if I run into it before or after my landing, so it'll let me know if I did it wrong or not. This is generally where I jump from. If you jump from here, then you'll be able to get over the obstacle pretty easily, but you have to get really close. This is a problem that a lot of new skaters have, and it's where should their eyes be when they're jumping over an obstacle. There's generally two places you want to be looking during this whole process, and the first part is to be looking at the object. You really want to be locked onto the object the whole time, even when you're bending your knees, but right as you jump, that is when you should look at your board because that will tell you that you are doing your trick right, you're getting it good, and you're getting over the object. This last part is just gonna be me giving some extra tips or just some little problems that I had getting over. You don't want to force your way over the object because then you'll kind of forget that you're doing an ollie and then you'll leave your board behind because you're so focused on, oh my God, I don't want to run into this object, let me just jump over it. That almost got me credit carded right there. That would have been nasty. But if you really focus on your ollie mechanics, you'll get over it with good timing. You don't want to lean back too far either because then this will just cause the board to go too far ahead of you for you to land on it and you'll end up sliding out 9 times out of 10 like I do. I did this a lot. There's a bunch of clips here of me just sliding out because I'm leaning back too far trying to overcompensate for getting over this obstacle. There's even a clip here of me landing one, but it felt like really awkward because my legs were diagonally behind me, and it just felt awkward landing as opposed to this landing where I was like really centered over the board, weight evenly distributed, and I landed almost perfectly. That's pretty much all the tips I have for you here today. Just go outside and get some practice. You got this.